Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed the last video I did about on-camera flash, bounce flash, and using a mag mod. As promised, I'm gonna carry on with that with showing the other two setups I use at a wedding on the dance floor. So I use bounce flash, off-camera flash, and dragging the shutter. Last video was about bounce flash. Today's video is going to be about, what am I going to do it about? Off-camera flash. Because I haven't got any batteries in my flash and I can't show you an example of dragging the shutter. I don't really need the batteries in, but yeah, whatever. So I can't remember if I mentioned it in the last video. The reason I've got all these different setups for different weddings is because sometimes you can't bounce flash. If you watch that video, I've got the mag mod, so I went for a whole year of not even using off-camera flash, because if I couldn't bounce flash, do a little bit of the night dragging the shutter, and I put the mag mod on. The negatives of the mag mod is it makes the camera and flash too heavy for my liking when you're there all night, and it can get a bit tiring. So off-camera flash is nice, so you haven't got no flashes on your camera, and especially if you're using a small camera like I do, it's really light then, you know, you can, yeah. But again, I think even if the room is capable of using bounce flash, if you're there for a few hours after the first dance, like I am, it's good to try, you know, do different things. So the couple's got all different type of looking images, you know. But yeah, this one is about off-camera flash. So if you can't bounce your flash, you haven't got a mag mod, you don't want to get a mag mod for the negative reasons I've already said, which I'll understand. Or you just prefer the look of off-camera flash, and sometimes I do. You know, I'll go through little phases. Last year, the year before last year, 2023, I didn't even use off-camera flash, even when I needed to, because I've got the mag mod. But then last year I was, I miss a bit off-camera flash, and I wouldn't use off-camera flash if I can bounce flash. If I can bounce flash, done. Love it. You know, that's what I love doing, and dragging the shutter. That's my two different flash setups for the night. Keep it really simple, low key. But if you can't bounce flash, I was like, I won't use my mag mod because of the reasons I said. I was like, you know, I do miss it. You know, I do like it. So off-camera flash. Why? On the post of this video, I'm going to have a little drawing come up with a dance floor and showing where I put my off-camera flashes. I think I've got 2 or 3 different setups. So I'll start saying that now, and in the post there'll be a picture comes up. So going to a dance floor, I'm like, can't bounce a flash, got no mag mod, what am I going to do? I'll do off-camera flash. 2 stands. I've got 2 off-camera stands. Get them off Amazon, cheap as anything, 15 quid each, done. That's it, 30 quid done, 2 stands, don't need any more. My opinion, before you shoot me. I know there's some photographers that put 4 off cameras, flashes out, looks amazing. I'm just, there's some that only do 1. I only use 1 or 2, just different ways of doing it. So the typical one is 2 flash off-camera flashes, 1 in each corner of the dance floor. Done. I'm going to that be shown on the drawing now how I do that. They're all ready to go. Set them up on your stands. You then put on your camera a little transmitter. I don't even know what make it is. It might be a Godox or something. I think you pick these up for about 30 quid. That goes on your camera, on top of your camera. Have I got a camera nearby? No, I haven't. I've got a camera. Don't matter. I have got a camera. It's right bloody in front of me. Right, so let me take, from my last video, I'll take the flash off. Right, that goes on top. You're probably thinking, you're an idiot. This is so, I know this, but I've just in case, if you've never done off-camera flash, I'm helping people that are beginners like I was years ago, and I didn't know what to do. So that goes on top, and it's nice and light, you know, hardly any weight in that. 2 batteries going, 2 AA batteries. You can control everything from there. So you set up your 2 off-camera flashes to slave, and that's your master. That controls everything. So from there you can twist it round for the power, and it will change both. You can set different channels up if you want to do the whole one flash being one certain power and one the other. I don't do that. I'm too scared to. I just want it. I want the. I'm very low key at weddings. I only use this for a bit of light that I need. Yeah, so they're in each corner. My settings, camera settings, bit different to bounce flash. 200th of a second will always be there. That gets plugged in your camera. What else? Aperture, anything between 2.5 to 3.2. But if it's a really big dance floor and your off-camera flashes are quite far away, you might want to stop down to like f2 if you can. And I mentioned in the last video, you know, there's nothing wrong with shooting wide open, and it really does help, you know, because if it's a really big dance floor, really opening it, and sometimes I might, but if I know I'm shooting at 1.4, I won't go in close. There'll be more stepping back shots, like head to toe shots, like, you know, which I'll do through the night anyway. I'm just giving you a sort of idea where I normally start, and then you can adjust it, do a few test shots. But if you know you're going to be in quite close, within 2 meters, if you can, anything between 2.5 to 3.2, but you might have to go down to f2 if it's quite a big dance floor. ISO, you've got 2 off-camera flashes out. You only need to put that at like anything between 1600 to 3200, because I want the flashes on really low power. So we get to the flashes, there's 2 off-camera flashes out. Keep them at 1/128 or 1/64. Shouldn't have to be going at 1/32, because you're going to get blown out highlights, especially at the settings I just said. On a typical dance floor, obviously you every wedding's different. I'm only talking about 90% of the time what it is. You could get a wedding where it's like a room big enough for 400 people when the dance floor's huge. Then you probably would need 4 off-camera flashes, but this is why it's good to have different tools for different scenarios. If you've never been to that venue and you're like, okay, I've got that to do instead, I can use that instead because that ain't going to work tonight. Yeah, so that will trigger them off each corner. That's done. The other setup, I'm not going to talk about the settings now, because the settings will pretty much stay the same. Camera settings, I might do a 1 off-camera flash, and I'll put 1 on camera on, 1 flash on my camera. That on camera flash replaces the transmitter. Make sure you get the flashes that can do this. So I've got all Godox ones, and you can use a flash as a master to control the other off-camera flashes. So I'll have 1 on camera. I'm not setting it up again. 1 on camera, there's your master. When you fire your shutter, that goes off, and it also sets off the 1 off camera flash. So typically the off camera flash will be where the DJ box is, so it's shooting into the dance floor. And it gives you a really nice difference. You've got the 1 off camera flash is more of like a backlight, just for creativity, and then the on camera flash, you then go back to the benefits of bounce flash. You can get in closer people, and you know you're going to feel their face with a light, and so that's your key light. And then the off camera flash is just for a bit of creativity. You know, if you want to shoot into it, which you would, you know, most of the time that's what I would do. I would sort of work my way around the dance floor and shoot into that light. Very rare I'd be shooting it behind me, because I've got an on-camera flash, and that is like the equivalent of having 2 flashes behind you. And then if you can do that, but then you're going to have to really change your settings, because it's going to have really blown out, washed out highlights. But the benefit of that, which I love doing, and talking about it now, I used to do this years ago. I haven't done it for a while, but I might try it this year again. You have the one negative about off-camera flash, and I say this to people all the time, sometimes it's luck, because you set it up and then people are dancing, and as you get that shot of someone, different people could block the light coming in as you trigger that shot. But then you get really cool stuff, like really interesting shadows. But it's luck as well at the same time. That's why I'm not massive on off-camera flash. But if I'm going to use it, I think I actually prefer using one on camera, because you know you're guaranteed to walk around the dance floor with a on-camera flash, and you know you're always going to get that subject lit up, and then the off-camera one could just be something creative in the back, can light up someone in the background, which you wouldn't have got with an on-camera flash, because it's only going to light up so much in front of you. So yeah, that's two off-camera flash setups. I think that's all of them, but yeah, I only use two really. Two off cameras. The third one, we'll go back to the transmitter, and I'll just use one. I personally don't like just using one, because I feel like I get too much not in light, and there's too many shadows, like it's too underexposed. But that's probably something I'm doing wrong, because I haven't done it enough. I need to work with it more and know the settings, the go-to settings for one flash, because it's a lot less light then, isn't it? Yeah. So one flash. Like I say, I haven't really done it much, to be honest with you, but I can get some really good stuff with it. Maybe I'll try it more this year. I just need to practice a little bit more. I haven't ever done it, so I know my go-to settings for one flash, and feel confident that I'm not going to take too much time, mucking about at a wedding. Yes, that's all of them. The next episode will be Dragging the Shutter. I'll talk about everything with Dragging the Shutter. Settings again, very easy setup. It's such a popular thing, and I remember when I first started. I was obsessed with seeing, oh my god, the trail lights, what we all say, a bit like bokeh when you first get into it. Not as obsessed about it now. I didn't use Dragging the Shutter for the last year and a half or so. It comes in handy though. I don't want to talk about it too much, because I might have nothing to talk about in the episode, but for like destination weddings, when you can't bounce a flash and I haven't got all my off-camera flash poles with me, so it comes in handy then. And some clients ask for it, they're like, oh, we love all that, the trail, the light trail things, and you're like, yeah, Dragging the Shutter. So it's good to know it. It's another good tool to have. Have as many tools in your disposal as you can. Not just tools, flash techniques, by just having one flash with you and one transmitter, one off camera flash, do on camera, Dragging the Shutter. You've got 3 different setups then, with one flash and one transmitter, and a stand as well, obviously. Yeah, so that's that. I hope this does help, because when I first started with flash photography, I done workshops, and it was the really thing I wanted to pick their brains out, the photographers that were there, and YouTube videos. So I know there's going to be experienced photographers watching this and be like, yeah mate, you're talking basic stuff, but we all need to remember we was all starting off one time at the beginning. So don't be like that. There is plenty of beginners still every year, newbies coming in, and they need to know, they need help and support. So I think it's nice if I can do that, so I enjoy doing these videos. So I think I analysed the videos I did last year. I've done a good mixture, but I think more this year I want to do more videos like this that helps people at the beginning. Because it's a nice thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nice to help people and feel good in yourself. So, yeah. But you got to subscribe though. Do you know what I mean? You got to subscribe, and then you can, I can give you all these tips. So subscribe for me, help me. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? One day I might have 1 million subscribers and I get paid for doing this. And I'll be retired by then. Yeah, it's never going to happen. Yeah. So make sure you tune in for the next episode. I don't know why it sounds so stupid. Tune in for the next episode. Make sure you subscribe, and then you get a notification that I'm doing the next one's up, Dragging the Shutter, which we all love. Everyone loves it, especially new photographers. Yeah, but thank you for watching. I hope you're loving what I'm doing, and you can understand me, because I am a bit common. I'm not a posh British person. But yeah, hope to see you again soon. See you later.